Hey guys, ETN Sutton here from Sunbros, and today I'm being joined by Greg Lee Gaming as we are continuing on finishing up the Beginner's Guide Breakdowns video series, and today we're going to be talking about items, specifically attack damage items, and all that those encompass. We're going to start with Uriel's brand. We're only going to talk about the completed items. So Uriel's brand is the first item we're going to talk about. 100 attack damage, 600 max HP, and a pretty good passive. And what this one does essentially is if you fall below 40% health, Uriel's brand grants you 200 magic defense and a shield, a pretty beefy one. At level 10, it's a 1500 shield. It's a pretty good shield. It lasts 5 seconds. The shield only absorbs magic damage, Greg.
Yeah.
So, interesting. But yeah, I mean, if you're playing against a team with pretty heavy magic damage, that'll be a game turner right there. 200 magic defense.
Pretty high damage, to be fair. It's 100 damage.
Yeah, it's 100. Plus you get health. I mean, that's a nice. I'm actually thinking about implementing that in some of my favorite 80 heroes when I'm facing 2 or more magic dealers, because it's not uncommon to face 2 mages and maybe like Raz, like a magic dealing assassin or something like that. So interesting. The Uriel's brand, item number 1, pretty interesting. Definitely something to be thinking about using if you're playing against a high magic damage team. Next, we're going with Curse of Death. 100 attack damage, 10% lifesteal, and then the passive. And when you reduce someone's damage, it reduces the health regeneration by 50% for 1.5 seconds. If this triggered by normal attacks, the duration is extended to 3 seconds. So essentially, it is an anti-mage item, or anti-healer item rather. If the other team has the Pura who's really getting some heals off, you might consider getting Curse of Death to kind of prevent some of that healing. Pretty legit item, though. Very situational. It's
even pretty good versus ADs though, because even attack damage carries get a lot of heal.
It reduces life steal, so it's a good. These two are very situational items. Then we have Death Sickle, 60 attack damage, 10% life steal, 5% cooldown reduction, and a passive that essentially prevents you from dying. If something were to kill you, it saves your life, and then it gives you movement speed to get away. Pretty interesting. I don't frequently take any of those 3 items. What about you, Greg?
It's, like you said, they're really situational. I've never actually, I don't see like Death Sickle ever being built, so I've never seen it used. So.
Yeah, I've never seen Death Sickle used either. The base stats on it are pretty low. But anyways, next we're going to go with Spear of Longinus. Anyways, it's top item on the right side. 80 attack damage, 15% cooldown reduction, 150 armor, and the passive decreases target's armor by 50 on hit for 5 seconds, and it stacks for 5 times. So you can actually reduce 250 armor. That's not bad. It's pretty. That's like an entire.
It's really good on for. It's really good on for warriors.
Yeah, I don't take it on any of my heroes, but I mostly play ADCs or marksmen and assassins, and it's not really an item for either.
It's even good for some assassins, like 50% armor shred.
It is pretty nice. If you're playing an assassin that has a lot of attack speed, then that would be good. But I played Nakaroth, for example, and he's a big time crit hit guy, so he doesn't attack very fast. So pretty good item though. I mean, 80 attack damage, 15% cooldown reduction. Those are pretty good base stats. The armor is just kind of a buff. A bonus rather. Fafnir's Talon is next. 60 attack damage, 45% attack speed, making it the highest attack speed item in the game. And a really good passive, Dragon's Breath, that deals 8% of the target's current HP as additional damage. What do you think about Fafnir's Talon?
It's good for high attack speed people.
I mean, it's the go-to starting.
It's very good on Yawn. Yeah, very good on Yawn.
Anyone who's got.
I'd pull Fennec as well.
Fennec, probably. What's his name?
Because you'd put the 4 hit passive thing and then proc that, and then that's 16 phases. Then
same with the bunny rabbit. What's his name?
Bunny rabbit dude.
Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Bunny rabbit guy, ADC. Any attack speed hero is going to probably build Fafnir's Talon first or second. But overall, very, very, very good item on certain heroes. Clave's Sanctity, 100 attack damage and 30% critical chance strike. That is a unique, so you cannot build this twice and get 60% crit chance. That will not work. But Clave Sancti is pretty much the item that I've seen built on virtually every damage-dealing hero.
It's the bread and butter item, isn't it, really? High crit chance bonus, high decent damage.
It's kind of a go-to item. If you're playing somebody that you're building damage, that's a go-to item. Clave Sancti is probably the most, or the second most used AD item in the game. Next, we're going to go with Muramasa, which is 80 attack damage, 10% cooldown reduction, or cooldown speed, and then 45% armor pierce. That is pretty insane, isn't it?
Yeah, 80%. So if you're against more than one tank, I'd very much recommend to pick it up.
I had somebody the other day telling me that they've played a new kind of meta, which was 3 tanks on the enemy team, which is like impossible to do with. And they were playing, I think, Marksman, and I was thinking to myself, well, if you're playing against a team like that, build Fat Fierce Talon, that gives you you do 8% of the current HP, then build Muramasa, which does the armor pierce, and there's another item at the bottom we're going to talk about in a second that does a lot of armor pierce. You can shred some tanks with the right gear set.
It's the CC that 3 tanks would bring. So you'd have 3 tanks, 180 and 1 main.
Yeah, but if you're melting them, if everyone builds the right item set and you're melting them, I don't think it'll be that big of an issue.
I don't know, man. You can't melt anyone if you've been CC'd to death.
Well, there's a lot of range to it. We're talking about ADCs and stuff like that too. But alright, so let's move on to the most popular item in the game for AD, which is the Beast. Simply 100 attack damage and 25% lifesteal. It's the highest lifesteal item in the game. And it's kind of essential. Lifesteal is just a part of the game that everyone pretty much utilizes, I think. Is there anyone you've seen that gets played that doesn't take the Beast?
Yeah, quite a few heroes. Violet doesn't. Most ADs
Violet
that
takes the Beast.
No, you take Omni Arms. Next
Violet
one.
takes the Beast.
But you're a fool. Take Omni Arms.
Look at
Way
all the
better.
pro builds. They're all taking the Beast in the pro builds.
Crack. I don't know why.
I'm looking at it right now. All the Violets are taking the Beast. Because she hits, think about how hard she hits. That's how much health she gets back. You can't not take the Beast on Violet. She needs the health back.
On Baba? Yeah, well, Omni Arms gives 10% lifesteal.
Yeah, it's not enough. The Beast is 25%. It's just stupid. I love the Beast. I take it on everyone I play. No, I can't. The lifesteal's just too good. But
also, tip to everyone: never look at the pro builds in this because this is the amount of wins. So the recommended build.
Oh yeah, I know. I take it anyway. I mean, I play a lot of Violet, and I take it. I need the region. I don't take it first though. Most people take it first. I take it second because it really nerfs your early game damage, I think. But next item in the tank is Omni Arms, which is probably the overall best AD item in the game, I think. It has 70 attack damage, 15% attack speed, 10% lifesteal, 10% cooldown reduction, and 500 HP. And then, of course, a really good passive. After using an ability, the next normal attack within 5 seconds deals 100% more physical damage. And it only has a 2-second cooldown on that passive. What do you think about the Omni Arms?
It's your perfect like Violet item.
It's
just roll, and then the next hit you wreck it.
If
That's how I got nearly 4k crits.
If anyone told me I take the Omni Arms on any AD hero, I wouldn't say anything negative about it. I couldn't fault anyone for taking this on any hero in the game.
Especially seems a lot of people are ability based in this game.
Well, you're gonna cast abilities anyway. I mean, think about it.
Right.
Here's the guy I would take it on. How about Yorn? You cast an ability, your next shot is the freaking machine gun arrows, whatever you want to call it.
It's only. I think it might be only the first hit from that machine gun arrow.
Still, though, it'd make that hit even harder. But Omni Arms, phenomenal item. I give it my grade as the best overall item in the game for AD. Next is Slick's Sting. Pretty simple item, 30% attack speed, 20% critical chance, 5% move speed, and increasing critical damage by 50%. So I'll give you guys a baseline for most heroes. Slick Sting and Clave Sancti is going to be a pretty common combo, and this is why. You get 50%, between them both, you get 50% crit, and then you get 50% increased crit damage. Pretty fat, big, ridiculous crits, am I right?
It's the same with every MMO. There's always one that increases crit damage, there's always one that gives big crit chance, and you pair the two together to do good decent damage.
Unless you're League, and that item is the same item for a long time. AKA Infinity Edge. Okay, next we're rolling with Fenrir's Tooth, which is your big boy 200 attack damage item. fat monster item, and a phenomenal passive. Increases all damage dealt by 30% when the target's HP is below 50%. So you're doing 30% more damage anytime somebody's health's below 50%. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of extra damage, man. What do you think?
Any assassin. Whack on any assassin.
I use it on Violent. That's my last
Yeah, well, I mean,
time.
yeah, you probably put it on most.
You're talking about, so if somebody's below 50% health, and so you got the extra 30% damage from Fenrir's 2, and you have Omni Arms, so you get the extra 100% physical damage, and then you have, of course, Slick Sting. You're talking about increasing the critical damage 50%. That's where you get those 4K crits that Greg's talking about. Pretty phenomenal item, though. Next on the list is Blitz Blade, which is 60 attack damage, 30% attack speed, 10% lifesteal, 5% movement speed, which is pretty good base stats, I think. It's really just slightly different than the one we were talking about above, the Fafnir's Talent. If you're taking an attack speed hero, Blitz Blade's a pretty good option. And then the unique passive is Lightning. Every 8 seconds, the next normal attack triggers a chain lightning that deals 150 plus 20% attack damage. Each normal attack reduces the cooldown by 1 second, so you could actually do the lightning could actually proc on a fully built attack speed person, like repeatedly, just over and over again. It's not hard to hit 8 attacks when you've got full attack speed.
No, no, no.
So that could actually be a very high quality item. Blitz Blade is.
I mean, you build it on your own.
Situational.
Build it on your own.
Yeah, it's very situational, but your
All the attacks in the.
Now this item, I'm not a huge fan on. Devil's Handshake. Not a huge fan of this item. 30% attack speed, 20% crit chance, 5% movement speed, and then the passive is normal attacks increase attack speed by 10% for 2 seconds and stacks up to 5 times. I mean, it's nice on a guy like Yorn, I guess. It's really the opposite of Slick Sting. Slick Sting is the crit damage. This is attack speed. And a guy like Yorn, I guess, where you're going for attack speed, you could do 50% extra attack speed. Pretty nice. But it has a 2-second like timer on it, so you have to constantly be attacking when you go off.
It's not that bad. I mean, you put it on a lot of ADCs in combination with Claves and Slicks, and then you get 70% crit.
I mean, the crit's nice, but that's pretty much. I don't know. I'm just disappointed by the passive. I feel like it could be better. Last item in the attack section is Rand Breaker, which is 100 attack damage, 10% cooldown reduction, and then passive increases movement speed by 10% after exiting battle, and another passive increases armor pierce by 100 plus 10 per level. So you could actually do an easy 280 armor pierce or 250 armor pierce at max level. You combine that with Muramasa, and Fafnir's Talent, you're melting some tanks out there. But that is our last 80 item. The only other things I want to go over real quick is there's a couple of 80 items in the defense chain. If you guys want to build a little bit more tanky for your heroes for whatever reason, you have Mail of Pain, which gives you, not Mail of Pain, sorry, Hercules' Madness. That gives you 50 attack damage, as well as armor and magic defense, and then it increases your attack damage by 40 and engages shield for 8 seconds when your HP is below 40%. That's kind of a very, very tanky item that has some attack damage. And then Odin's Will gives you 60 attack damage, 1000 max XP, and then increases movement speed and deals additional damage after taking damage. It's pretty good. That's more of like a tanky, like an off-tank kind of a thing. And then lastly is Mantle of Ra, 80 attack damage, 330 armor, and then it does damage to nearby enemies. Again, it's more of a tank, off-tank item, but it does do some attack damage, so I want to cover it. And then lastly, we'll go to the jungle items. Soul Reaver is your attack damage jungle item that you'll be getting. It has lifesteal, attack speed, and then you gain attack damage every time you kill monsters after it's fully built. You get 3 attack damage for every monster kill, and it stacks up to 15 times. And the boots you'll be taking as an AD are likely going to be either War Boots for the attack speed, Hermes Select, which is for movement speed, and then potentially you might take Flashy Boots, which is cooldown reduction. Everything else is tanky or magic ability power related. But guys, that is our breakdown of attack damage items. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment below, let us know what you guys, what your favorite AD items are and how you use them. and share the video with your friends. We are, you know, just dipping our feet into the Strike of Kings world, but we're loving it so far. We're hoping to grow as a channel in Strike of Kings, so we would always appreciate your guys' help with that. But thanks for watching, guys, and as always, until next time.